Hey guys, today I'm doing Shocker from HackTheBox. This was a 20-point easy Linux box created by Mr. Ben. We start this box off with our Nmap scan, and we see a web server running on port 80 and SSH running on port 2222. We run gobuster and find a CGI bin directory and a file called user.sh. We exploit the shell script with shellshock to gain access to the box's shelly, and once we're on the box, we see that we can run perl as sudo with no password. So we just run a shell with perl and we are root. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we start this box off with nmap, sv, sc, oa. Put it in the nmap directory and call it the name of the box. And the IP address is 10.10.10.56. I've already run this, so let's take a look at the output. And we can see that port 80 and 2222 are open on the box. 2222 is open SSH. So let's go ahead and get our note started. Okay, so we'll start at enumeration. I'm gonna go ahead and put the ports 80, 2222, and we'll say we're gonna go take a look at port 80, and we'll see what we find. Okay, we see a picture. And it just goes to bug.jpg, and there's nothing else. So let's go ahead and get gobuster running to see if we can find anything else. Okay, and so we can just run gobuster dir, the URL, which is http 10.10.10.56, and our word list, which is, we'll just use user share word lists. Dirbuster, I like to use the directory 2.3 medium. Okay, and so we'll let that go. Okay, so gobuster's been running for a little while and it's not finding anything. So I'm gonna do ffuf, which is a little bit faster, which stands for fuzz faster you full, and start going at it with some different word lists. And we can use derbs big. What did I do? Oh, so you need to put what you're fuzzing, which would be here. And we can see that this one goes a lot faster. This one's doing like 100 and something requests a second. Okay, and we see we have a 403 CGI bin. So let's go take a look at that. And I'm just gonna copy this. And put that in my notes. And we'll say found with ffuf. And I like to put this in code blocks, that way it's a little bit easier to parse. Well, that's not. We need to set paste. Did I type that wrong? Set paste. There we go. And this. Okay, so let's go check out CGI bin. And we'll let this gobuster continue running. I think we got a 403 based on what I saw in the buff output. Yeah, so it's a 403. So we're probably not going to be able to see anything in there. Yeah. So what we can do is we can do the same thing, except now we can search in CGI bin and see if we get anything here. And if we don't, then we can probably run gobuster with extensions. I think you might be able to do buff with extensions, but the only way I know how to do it is pretty much to do it like after the fuzz part. So this is almost finished. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if I was going to fuzz for PHP files, then I would put fuzz.php like that. But in gobuster, if we killed this, you can just specify extensions with X. So we could look for PHP files, shell files, perl files, because we don't know what we're going to find in that CGI bin directory. And so we can let this go. And I'll go ahead and pause it because this could take a minute to run. Okay, I'm back. I just noticed that this is running with just PHP, so I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe there's no commas needed, and it's still just running with PHP. Still is, so I'm not super sure. So we just wanted to check that out. So this person just has, okay, maybe no spaces. Like this. Okay, so now it's checking for all of those. Oh, and pretty much immediately we see a user.sh. So I'll let this continue running, and I'm going to put this in my notes so I don't forget that syntax again. Okay, let's go check out user.sh. Okay, and it looks just like a shell script, so save it, see what this is. Okay, so it looks like it's just the output of a shell script. So what happens if we curl that instead? And it's CGI bin user.sh. We just see this is the same output. Go ahead and put this in my notes real quick. Well, I can just go to the bottom of my notes and actually just read in user.sh. Okay. So the name of the box is a huge hint here. A while back, there was a bug called shellshock, and if you just search exploit for it, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. And what we're going to be looking at is this Bash CGI one, but I don't like to use metasploit. I mean, metasploit's fine. Actually, I wouldn't recommend you don't use it. I just like to look through them and see if I can really figure out what's going on. So I'm gonna search exploit and take a look at this and see if we can get a grasp on what's happening here. So this is all stuff that loads for metasploit, and then here in the exploit we kind of see what's happening. It looks like it defines some type of payload, prints a status, the response. It looks like it's sending a request. It's a GET request. The URL is target URI of data store, which is probably just the URL that's given, so it's a GET request to that. And then it sets a user agent here, it looks like, and this is the user agent. So it looks like it's running this and then a command. So if we wanted to take a look at this and set our user agent, we could do this with curl. So we could use h and specify user agent and that. And then what we wanted to grab, which would be CGI bin user.sh. Okay, and we don't really get a response at all, just kind of hanging there. So that could be a good sign. If we do it just regularly, did we break it? I think we broke it. Okay. So if we are getting code execution in there, we could check to see how broken that is by, we can listen for icmp requests, since this box most probably has ping on it. So we could just use tcpdump and specify the interface, which is 0 in this case, because that's my VPN interface, and we're gonna listen for icmp. I think you do it like that. So then, let me open another pane real quick. If I ping localhost, oh, you don't see anything. Interesting. Oh, that's because it's not pinging on 0. So my 0 IP is 10.10.10 or 10.10.14.38. No, it's not working either. Listening on 0. Is it -L? No, that should work. Why is this not working? Interesting. What if I listened on ETH0 instead? Then can you see my pings? Oh, maybe I would need to listen on loopback. Yeah, okay. So on loopback you can see the pings coming in. So what we want to do is we're going to listen on ton 0. And we're going to try to get this thing to ping us. So actually here, let me kind of clear this output out. There we go. So if I ran the same thing with the user agent, and then we specified bin, which ping? Is it bin ping or user bin ping? Usually, user bin ping, okay. So we specified user bin ping, and we'll go specify a count, that way it doesn't last forever. 4, and the IP address, which is 10.10.14.38. Do we get anything? No. Possible it's bin ping on the box. Aha! So we see that we do have code execution on the box by following this here, by just setting the user agent, but we also see that we get an error in our request. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this and put it in my notes and say that it works kind of, like we get code execution, but it's not very clean. So we get code execution with shellshock. This is the proof. Well, I need this part, I suppose. But our request is malformed, and if we took a look at this in burp, we could probably see why, and maybe even fix it. Okay, so I think we're done with this gobuster, so we can just get rid of that. And I'll just keep my notes open. Sorry for how the screens look right now. Burp does this when it opens, so we'll just next start burp. Okay, we'll go over here, and we'll get this running, which is our proxy setup. Just go down to network settings, annual proxy, okay, and this is just burp coming back over here. So if we went here and sent this to repeater and changed our user agent to nothing, do we get an error? No, so we don't get an error. If I change this to a question mark, it looks like we still don't get an error. But something is causing the error whenever we send this as our user agent string. So I'm gonna copy that. I can copy this whole line, because we're getting that back, right? So this causes an error. Does this cause an error? Yes, because it hung whenever we did that. So, well, no, it doesn't cause an error. So, does this send anything back to us? So this gives us an error. Here, I'll put it over here so we can see it a little bit better. We see that we're given an error, and I'm not super sure why. So if we remove that, it does nothing, and does this give us an error? This does not give us an error. But as soon as we put something in here, do we get an error? this gives us an error. So it may have something to do with the way lines are handled. I'm not extremely sure, but we can get code execution with our curl request here. So now that we know we have code execution and we're able to see our pings, we might be able to put a reverse shell in here. So just go to pentest monkey after turning off our proxy. And we'll just grab one without a whole lot of quotes. We know it has sh on the box. We could try the bash shell. Okay, so we'll just set this to what we want to listen on, 1337, and the IP address 10.10.14.38. Okay, send this off. And we get an error, so we got to connect though. It says bin bash bash, no such file or directory. Oh, we might need the full path in there. So instead of just bash, we can do bin bash, and we get a shell in the box. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in our notes. Reverse shell successful. Put the reverse bash shell. And cool. So it says we're Shelly at Shocker. Go over here, put this in our notes. We are Shelly. We think, because we actually need to check probably. Who am I? Shelly. Am I in any special groups? Sambashare. I am in Sambashare. ID. So this could be interesting. So we'll copy this for our privesc. We'll say this is ID information. That. Or does this need to be... I always forget markdown syntax. Yeah, I think this needs to be like that to be bold. Okay. Taking a look over here, can we run anything as sudo? We can. So we can run perl as sudo, which is extremely dangerous because it's a scripting language. So you can pretty much... I mean, some people would argue it's way more than a scripting language. You can do a lot of things in Perl. So this is bad. And the reason it's bad is because of how much we can do. So we can run Perl as root with no password. Oops. Let's set paste. So in here, I mean, we can just run a shell with Perl. Perl, I see exec, who am I? Does that not work? Ah. like that. Interesting. There are man pages in here? Yes, but they're not really readable. Check out Perl. And then let's look for exec. Perl execution and options, Perl run. And so there's a lot of stuff here, right? So if I just wanted to look at execute commands in Perl. We run with system. How to execute Unix shell commands in Perl script. I'd like Perl Maven to that one. So it looks like we can just run a system command. So we could just pretty much write a script real quick that is like, I think it would work if we did something like echo, well, which Perl? User bin Perl, so echo user bin Perl into Perl script pl. I always call it script.pl. Why? Oh, escape characters. Can I just use vi? That's fine. So we can just user bin Perl okay, no we can't write anything here. That's fine. So I'm gonna go to temp, write it here. Do I have vim? Okay, so we can just insert mode. See if that saves. Wow, that looks terrible. Okay, but we can see script.perl. All it has is this user bin Perl in it. So let's check it out. Go to the end of the line. Append, enter. Okay, I can't do this. This looks awful. So what we'll do is we'll write it on our box and then we'll just copy it over. Do we have netcat? Oh, we don't have netcat. Oh, which net? We do have netcat. Okay. So here, we'll just write a script real quick. And we'll just call it script.perl. User bin Perl. We can just call a command. And we can run, do we have the -e option? No, we don't. So we can't use -e option, but we can run this again. So we can just run our command and then system at cmd. I think that's how that's run. Yeah, it's semicolon. So we can send this file over with netcat, and say 10, 10, 1056 and specify the port. I'll just do 1888 and we'll say script.pl is going to go in there. We'll go to here and we'll listen. So we'll listen on port 1888 and we'll say anything that we hear on that port, we're going to put in script.pl. So it's listening. Let's go back over here, send it. Looks like we got the connection. So done. Oh, I lost my shell. Okay, got the shell back. Let's go check out temp. So we have script.perl. So if I wanted to listen on port 1337 again, come back over here, and we wanted to sudo perl script.pl. Oh, we get a bad FD number. Interesting. You know what we could do though, instead of that, instead of this command that we're trying to run, why don't we just run a perl reverse shell? Oh, and look, we can just run that directly. So it doesn't even need to be a script. So we can just come in here, change our IP address. I don't know why I didn't think of this in the first place. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot easier way to just do a command, just like you could do like Python -c. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do perl exec, which I'm gonna test out in a second. I think I might know how to do it. Okay, so then we'll do 10, 10, 14, 38. Now we're listening on 1337. I'll copy this. I'll listen, come back over here, and we'll sudo our shell. Go check it out. And who am I? I am root. So, what's host name? Shocker. So I'm root at Shocker. So that's that. I wanted to see if I kill this, get my shell back. If is it just perl -e exec, and then what you're trying to exec? No, that's not right. It's perl -e something. Perl -e exec. Who am I? Maybe like that. Ah, so that's how you do it. And then that's shelly. So we can just execute a command just like this. So I could just sudo and run that. And it'll tell me that I'm root. So we could just sudo exec bin bash as root. And who am I? It's not a clean shell like right now, so we could do import pty pty.spawn bin sh. Python's not found. Python 3 found. Ah, so I am in Python. Okay. So I could run probably Python 3 in this to get something a little bit better. That way I can actually read what is happening. Interesting. Well, that's messed up. It was completely messed up. Let's try that one more time. Okay, so we can just do perl -e exec this thing we want to run, which is bin bash, like so, and we're root, so we can Python 3 what we're trying to run, and that's a little bit better. Oh, interesting. Oh, I ran it, I see. Okay, sorry. What I did is I ran it without sudo, so it just kept me a shelly the entire time. So we would do sudo perl -z exec bin bash like this. Now we are root, and then we can Python 3 this, and we get a much better shell. So we can export our term to be xterm or screen. This should allow me to run things like clear. Okay, and now we have a lot better shell. So anyway, from here we can just go to root, see if there's anything in here, and we can read root.txt, and that's pretty much it for the box. Go ahead and go clean up my notes real quick. With reverse shell, reverse perl shell, and also perl -e exec bin sh like this. And obviously we ran that with sudo, and that got us root on the box. Okay, so thanks for watching. That's the box. I'll catch you guys next week.